Hey, aloha everybody. Welcome to Beach Walks with Rocks. Today's show number 163, and you can find us at beachwalks.tv. Hey, well, I just came in from paddling and it's starting to rain and it's cold, and one of the comments left on the website from Steve was, why don't you do a show on Secret Cameraman? So I think that's a great idea, Steve. I'm not going to do it yet, but I'll give you a little glimpse into Secret Cameraman. This is his shirt. He has a whole collection of these shirts that are very, very cute. And he tends to be an introverted kind of person, but he does express himself by the shirt that he puts on in the morning, so you get a little clue about him. Anyway, part two about him is he's very chivalrous. He's kind of an old-fashioned gentleman in that he offered up his shirt to me. Anyway, here comes the rain. We're going to see how far we can go in this show, but wait a minute. I hear the conch. Hello.
Hey, Rocks. Steve Gandy, Dallas, Texas. Getting up this morning and I see your episode on Crash the movie. That was great, wasn't it? Which is kind of interesting because actually I was going to call in and say I got up this morning, I was watching the news, and gosh, if all these people in the Middle East and around the world would channel that energy into maybe doing some good instead of everybody trying to figure out how to kill each other, the world would be a really great place. Crash is a great movie, and that was a very good movie, and if people would listen to the song from John Lennon, Imagine, and just sit back and really listen to that, maybe the world would be a better place. Hey, thanks again for your show. It's always great, and it always stimulates some thought process out here in Dallas, Texas. Thanks.
Wow. Thank you. Speaking of Steve, thank you very much for that call. And I agree. You know, it's really been a rough couple of weeks for the world, and I can only imagine that this is moving us someplace forward. I read a very interesting quote by one of the American generals who was testifying before Congress yesterday, and he said, you know, the best thing we can hope for in Iraq, not in Beirut, but that wasn't the topic, but in Iraq, is that the people there will realize they love their children more than they hate their enemies. And that really struck me as being a really grounded response to the problem. You know, there are those of us who just wish everyone would get along, and I love that John Lennon song, Imagine. And I think if we have to build our mental and emotional coordination the same way we build our physical coordination with sports. We have to develop new neurological pathways to have different thoughts that are open to the possibility of peace, that are open to the possibility of not carrying on hatred century after century after century. And I think that that's possible. And the more that we all discuss it, the more that that's possible. So, hi there. You want to come by? Go on. Yeah, we're in the only little shady covered part of the beach. Everyone's trying to get out of the rain. So anyway, it's the weekend, and as I really always like to bring things back home to the specifics, what can I do? Because, you know, it's very easy to worry about what everyone else is doing and to take on the weight of the world's problems. And on the one hand, that's useful because it seems easier for us to see when someone else is falling into a rat hole. We have a friend right now who's been working for a startup company, and he hasn't gotten paid a dime for several months worth of work, and they keep promising that they're going to put him on salary, and they keep promising him stock, but he still has not gotten a contract. And it's a really, you know, we're all saying, well, of course he should just demand this and stop working, and it's so easy when it's not us, you know. So bringing it back to specifics, what can I do this weekend? You know, who is it that I've had a grudge against that bothers me, that I can just drop that and leave it in the water and say, you know what, I'm not going to let that bother me anymore. That's what I'm going to try and do this weekend. It's something Secret Cameraman and I practice on a regular basis as much as we can remember. But, you know, when we get upset about something, to try and talk it out and then really drop the emotional angst that went along with that disagreement instead of carrying it forward to the next time we have a disagreement and dragging in all of those past things, really dropping them, letting them be done. That's off the table now. I'm not going to discuss that one anymore. So that's the scoop for today. If you'd like to Skype us, you can do so at Roxanne Darling. If you'd like to call, the number is 949-544-1456. And special thanks to Secret Cameraman today for giving me the shirt off his back. Aloha, everybody.